Any other issues of any rating?
Premier, can I ask an MA 15 plus question?
I always like it when you say, can I ask a question? Of course, I'm certain you will.
Can you explain the term friends with benefits?
The very nature of a platonic relationship between two people who are coming together to spend time with each other, that's very different to intimate partners who, by virtue of the fact that they are intimate partners, their contact is of a different nature.
Now, Premier, this is your TED Talk on relationships.
Yes.
Premier, should you ever settle?
To put your question another way, if I can.
No, you can't. I ask the questions. What's your answer?
You should never settle. You should never say, oh, well, that's all fixed and great now.
If you go on a Zoom date on Saturday, when should you text?
If you wait to the Monday, that's not a good thing. I'm not advocating that.
I have a mate who, after the first date, texted her saying, I love you.
And this is exactly the point about opening up too soon.
Yeah, they stayed together for a few weeks, but it fizzled.
The worst case scenario is being open for just a few weeks and then being closed again. That's what I regard as the worst case.
Yeah, he got done pretty bad. He lives in Apollo Bay.
Can I give a shout out to the Apollo Bay community?
Not the time for shout outs, Premier. What about my mate who got dumped? Any advice?
There's always more out there than you think.
Yeah, he's on all the dating apps, but he lives with his mum.
You know, when everyone's at home, the app isn't really a thing. It's not doing its job because we're not actually letting it.
Yeah, he sometimes jokes that he wishes his mum was single.
You can link up with someone else. They don't need to be family.
You know, I was just joking. So what should he do?
Low tech, an old fashioned, common sense way of doing things.
Like what?
Door knocking.
Door knocking strangers. I like it. What if that doesn't work?
The artificial intelligence product.
Blow up dolls. I saw that on Four Corners.
I'll get you some details. We've done quite a bit in this space, quite a bit, and there are a number of election commitments 2 years ago that we've delivered on.
What about you, Dr. Sutton? Are you going on Zoom dates?
I'm familiar with this question.
What's your favourite date movie?
The Usual Suspects.
Great call, yeah. Spoiler alert, but I love the kicker with Kaiser Soze.
Yeah, look, I think people around the world are still getting surprised by this.
When are you going to fall in love?
You will know very soon. You will know very soon.
Does it involve a blow-up doll?
Oh, I have the same desires as everyone else in Victoria and across Australia.
Can you elaborate?
Their contact is of a different nature, but I can't quite believe I'm having to explain that. But I'm stopping there because I don't think that serves any greater purpose than, anyway, fine. 2020, it's full of surprises. Anyway, yes.
How are you feeling?
Ultimately, you know, this is not about prime ministers and premiers.